this is going to be kind of long, but I'm going to tell you this. The first thing that kind of triggered for me was my daughter constantly saying, hey, no, put that back, like, stop playing. Like, that was just too much for me. I gave her a chance, and as a mom, as a parent, I'm like, it's my turn to step in. And also, I have cameras upstairs, and so I opened my phone and I saw her try on one of the crossbody handbags, and she stepped out the room and she was walking like in the hallway upstairs. And so I'm like, no. No, not at all. So I went up the stairs or whatever. That's when I spoke with my daughter for them to come downstairs. I watched the girl or whatever. She put the bag down. She put it on the bed. And I told my daughter to grab her phone. I was like, babe, get your phone. Because I was going to text her. I had everything at this point set up in my head what I was going to do. So I watched them come out of the room. There's no way I was going to walk down the stairs and leave her in the room. That was it for me. So I watched them walk down the stairs. And when I went downstairs, they were sitting at the table. I still didn't feel comfortable at this point. I did not. So I texted my daughter. I told her to go back upstairs and basically look around. My daughter and I have insurance on all of our handbags. I have a complete database in her iPad and my iPad. I have a database. You need that. If you have insurance on your handbags, you totally understand. Okay, so if you have insurance on your handbags, you have to honestly write down each handbag, the product code number, and also how much you paid for the handbag at that time. And so in her iPad, like I said, she has all that written down. And so while I was fixing plates, I had her go upstairs to make sure she had every single handbag, including one of my handbags that she had been using. And so at this point, I was like, I don't want this girl sitting in my house eating. So I fixed to-go plates. I sure did. I fixed to-go plates. I've only met her twice. I met her one time. My daughter is in honor classes, in a German honor class. And so she's in that class. I've met her once when I picked my daughter up, and this was the second time. So like I said, my daughter was like, Mom, she's cool. You know, we're in the same class. So I was like, oh, cool. Okay, she can come over. So while I was fixing to-go plates, they were on, TikTok. They were watching videos, laughing and playing downstairs. That was giving my daughter time to check her handbags. I didn't want her to leave until every handbag was spoken for upstairs. So my daughter came back downstairs, and I saw her come downstairs, and she kind of she shook her head, yes. So I told her, I was like, you know what, girls, I'm going to go ahead and drop you off. And like I said, I've only met this girl twice. I didn't know where she lived, but I know she was somewhere around the area. So I asked her for her address. So I took the other two girls home, and I stayed in the car with her, leaving her last. Okay, so as stated, it was 3 girls, and I dropped the other 2 off first, giving her time to text me over the address. I am going to rewind this a little bit because 2 months ago, I have a 13-year-old son. His Uggs, his shoes, I paid $125 for. They're some slippers. They're Ugg slippers. Very comfortable. I went back and got me a pair. I purchased that so after his football games, he had something you just slide his feet in. They stole my baby shoes out of his locker room. And it was a friend. A friend stole my baby shoes out of his locker room. If you follow me on YouTube, this was like 2 months ago. The friend was bold enough to wear these slippers to my son's football game. I took a picture and I confronted not the child. I went to the mother. I showed the picture and everything. And I made sure that mother bought my son some more shoes. I don't want him to get the shoes that your child has been playing around in, walking around. No, my son deserves a new pair of shoes. And I am that mother. I'm going to either fight with my kids or I'm going to fight without them. I am very, very protective, and I work hard, and my kids deserve everything that they have. Okay, so back to the story. So I took the little girl home. She gave me the address. I took the little girl home. Her mother came out. I finally met her mother because her mother dropped her off and didn't introduce herself at all. So I dropped the little girl off. Her mother was outside. Her mother hugged her, right? Okay, guys, I'm trying to do all this without saying the little girl's name. It's so hard. But her mother came out, and she was looking at her daughter. Her daughter went in the house, and she finally, like I said, introduced herself. We've never met. I just went on and I told her, I let her know that her daughter could not come back to the house. And she was like, why? Is it something that she did? And I told her exactly what she did. And I said, she was pressuring my daughter to basically let her borrow handbags. And also she was asking for bank statements, and she was asking her personal questions about her parents. And I said, I felt like she was trying to be a bully, and I don't want my kids around bullies. I don't even want my kids being friends with bullies. And I don't want my kids to be bullied. And I told her I'm not going for it. And she was so shocked. She was just like, you know what? It's like she wanted to cry. She said, I've been dealing with a lot with her. She said she's been hanging around these friends. They are stealing from people at school out of backpacks, and they are selling the items. This little girl has already been stealing. I guess my daughter was going to be the next victim, but oh no. I stopped that. Guys, talk to your children. When your children come in and you ask them how was their day, if they say, oh, it was fine. No, dig deeper. Watch those friends. It's okay to intervene if you feel something is wrong. My daughter was not going to be the next victim. I'm telling you right now, I don't know what's going on now, but these kids are stealing. Watch your kids.